Heads up, June 27th, 2025. Does that date ring a bell? It should, because it's not just another Tuesday. This specific moment was earmarked for you, set in cosmic stone long before your first breath. You didn't just click on this or stumble in here by chance. You were specifically picked, intentionally guided, divinely brought to this very point. Now, I know that word, picked, can feel like a lead weight. Maybe you're thinking, who me? I'm not ready for this. Maybe your past keeps whispering nasty little lies about who you really are. But listen to me, and listen good. You weren't picked because you're some kind of saint, all polished and perfect. No, you were picked because you're carrying something vital, something this world is crying out for. All this time life's been molding you, sometimes quietly, sometimes with a bit of a sting. That period you felt totally cut off, that wasn't your cosmic timeout, it was your intense training montage. While others were soaking up the limelight, you were being fine-tuned in the workshop. While they were all dashing off, you got the signal to hold back. And that hold up. Absolutely divine. Because what's brewing inside you needed that extra time to deepen, to gather real strength. It needed that profound quiet before the symphony begins. And guess what? The quiet part's over. There's a real magic to how things line up, isn't there? You might have felt like the world forgot you existed. But trust me, the universe didn't miss a single step of your journey. Everything that was tucked away is about to come into the light. Every question that's been nagging you is about to click into place. This is the very reason you couldn't throw in the towel, even when every fiber of your being screamed to. This is why your spirit just wouldn't quit when life tried to flatten you. You weren't designed to shatter. You were designed to soar. And here you stand, not as some leftover from your past, but as a direct channel for what's meant to be. This is the exact moment your soul's been gearing up for. The world needs you to step up now, more than you can imagine. So, stand up straight, not with a puffed up chest, but with that solid, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you're on assignment. You were picked. You were sent. And now, it's go time. Take a quick look over your shoulder, just for a second, not to get stuck back there, but to really take in what you've navigated. The absolute downpours, those long stretches of silence, the betrayals that came out of nowhere and left you reeling. Those nights you yelled into the void and got nothing but crickets. Those weren't just random hits of pain. They were your curriculum, your masterclass in disguise. They were your upgrade. You were being polished, not sidelined. And even though it might have felt like your whole world was caving in, what was actually happening was a breaking as open, clearing the way for something far bigger to surge up from inside you. It's so easy to buy into the lie that if you're suffering, you're somehow jinxed or forgotten. But the real story, those tough times were sacred spaces. They were forging your backbone, stretching your resilience, and burning off all the baggage that couldn't come with you to your next chapter. There's a solid reason you didn't get what you thought you wanted, right when you wanted it. You weren't being shut down, you were being built up. You had to let go of certain people to find your true north. You had to brave some paths alone so you could hear that inner guidance without all the static. You had to hit some walls so your belief could grow beyond the kiddie pool. And look at you now, stronger, sharper, maybe a bit quieter, but a whole lot more certain. You're carrying something now that you can't learn when things are easy. It had to be forged in the heat. All this time, you weren't being disciplined. You were being prepped for a mission few are equipped to handle. Don't you dare hold a grudge against the process. That was your boot camp. And now that the prep work is done, you can stride forward, crystal clear. Knowing this truth, the very pain that tried to undo you has become the bedrock that will support your purpose. There's a point when what's been kept under wraps has to be shown, not just to everyone else, but to you. You've been walking around with a heart full of heavy questions. Why me? Why did I always feel like the odd one out? Why did doors slam shut for me when they swung wide open for others? Now the answers are starting to bubble up. Because when the destined moment arrives, the truth just can't stay hidden anymore. The fog starts to clear and you begin to really see what your gut has known all along. You were never meant to just fit in. You were marked. You were called. You were set apart for something way beyond the everyday grind. That's why the well-trodden paths never quite worked for you. That's why you couldn't just follow the herd. Your soul knew a truth that didn't vibe with the system's illusions. And for ages, you might have doubted your own worth, not getting that the very things that made you feel out of place were actually signposts for your unique task. But now, the curtain's being ripped back. The fake stuff is crumbling. The real deal about who you are and what you're here to do is surging to the forefront. The world tried to label you too intense or not good enough. But here comes the aha moment you are precisely, perfectly who you were made to be. And those parts of you that nobody understood before, those are the very qualities that will guide others to their own breakthroughs. This is the hour of the big reveal, of you stepping into your authentic self. What was hidden is now being shouted from the rooftops. So, open your eyes wide, keep your heart steady, and trust what's unfolding before you. Because once the truth lights up, you can't ever go back to being in the dark. There's a beat in every life story when the universe itself says, okay, no, not when you've got all your ducks in a row, not when everything looks picture perfect on the surface, but when your spirit has truly been tested, has grown, and has synced up with the gravity of your assignment. That beat is drumming right now, your spiritual promotion. It's been stamped and approved, not by any committee, not by applause or fancy titles, but by that unseen power that's been watching you stay true in the quiet. You didn't go chasing after approval, you chose to follow through. You didn't look for the easy way out, you stuck to the path, narrow as it was. And yeah, it cost you. It might have looked like you were falling behind, but the reality is, you were being lifted up in ways no one could see. And now, that chapter is closed. The shift has already happened on a deeper level, and soon enough you'll see it plain as day. The authority you now carry, the calm you move with, the clarity in your voice, it's not going to be overlooked anymore. This isn't about your ego getting a boost or climbing some ladder. This is about responsibility. With a bigger role comes a bigger impact, and yeah, bigger backup. You're not just trying to get by anymore, you're operating with a divine game plan. The right people, the right tools, the doors swinging open, they're not lucky breaks. They're your team and your toolkit lining up. You've shifted from waiting around to actively walking, from just hoping to truly knowing. You don't need to justify yourself to anyone now. What you do will tell the story. The light you shine will show what's genuine. Walk forward, not like someone auditioning for a part, but as someone already on a mission from something way bigger than yourself. Because once heaven gives the green light for your next level, nobody on earth can hit the brakes. Now that the call is loud and clear and the go ahead has been given, there's zero room left for waffling. You've got to jump in with both feet, not halfway, not when it's convenient, but all in. This is not the moment to second guess or hang around waiting for one more sign. You've heard it, you've seen it, you've felt that nudge deep inside. Doing what you're called to do isn't a maybe anymore, it's a must. And get this kind of doing isn't just about ticking off tasks. It's about being in sync. It's choosing to make a move even when it feels awkward. It's speaking up even when your voice is shaky. It's trusting the plan even when you can't see the finish line. It's waking up every single day with that quiet determination that you're going to walk your path, even if no one's cheering you on, even if no one gets it, because you're not taking your cues from the crowd. You're following a higher directive. You can't carry the weight of this assignment if you're still dragging around the dead weight of almost or later. The season of nearly there is done. The version of you that was still hemming and hawing about being ready, that person needs to step aside. The universe isn't looking for you to be flawless. It's looking for you to say "Yes" completely. Full commitment means you trust each step, even when the whole staircase is hidden. It means doing the right thing even when it's the hard thing. It means trading in your comfort zone for your calling. And yes, stepping up will cost you. It might cost you some old connections, some old habits, some old ways of seeing yourself, and that comfy illusion that you're in total control. But what you get in return, crystal clear direction, a peace that blows your mind, and a life packed with meaning that you can't buy or fake. You weren't put here to play it safe. You were chosen to be a beacon in the shadows, and light doesn't ask for permission to shine. So, this is it. This is the moment you stop hitting snooze, stop playing small, and stop trying to bargain with your destiny. You've heard enough. You've waited enough. Now it's time to act. What's unfolding right now isn't just about you. It's happening all over the globe. You can sense it, can't you? Something's different in the air. Old ways of doing things are falling apart. Things that seemed real are being shown for what they are. People everywhere are snapping awake, starting to question what they just used to accept, and they're hungry for something more, something genuine. This isn't just a passing phase. It's a massive spiritual wake-up call, and you're not just watching from the sidelines, you're in it. You are a crucial player in this divine shift. You didn't just land on Earth by accident. You were sent here, for this exact moment, for a reason far bigger than just yourself. You've been woken up not just to get out of the dark, but to face it head on with truth, with love, and with your own inner authority. The road you've walked, the struggles you've overcome, the wisdom you've picked up, that wasn't just for your own fix-it job. It was to gear you up to help others, your life story. It's a roadmap, a guiding light, a signal flare for those still lost in the fog. And you're not flying solo. All across the world, others just like you are stepping up. The quiet ones, the ones no one understood, the ones who've been hidden. People who've been through the ringer in private and are now emerging with incredible clarity and a fire in their belly. This is the rise of the called, the chosen, the awakened. It's not about job titles or how many followers you have anymore. It's about the difference you make. It's about answering that call. It's about knowing who you are and why you're here. This is a perfectly timed, divinely organized movement. You are synced up with heaven's own clock. When you speak, your words land. When you act, things shift. When you live your truth, you give others the courage to stand up too. That's how this awakening spreads, not by pushing, but by people lining up with their purpose. So don't you dare think your presence doesn't matter. Don't you dare mute your voice. You are not insignificant. You are not behind schedule. You are not out of the running. You are perfectly on time. And your eyes, right now, it could be the very thing that liberates generations.